apparently, and I just saw this commercial on my TV, and then I saw it on YouTube because, well, I really decided to just not have premium anymore. Because they actually changed the price on me. But that's a different story for another time, and I'll talk about that in a different video. Um, so apparently, this thing that Nickelodeon did on the Fairly Odd Parents, like either a few years or just years ago, um, apparently that has recently become apparently something they did on there is becoming a really has been becoming very popular recently, and or just a lot of people have been talking about it and making memes and like um I've seen a few things uh, uh clumsy, I think it's called, or something like that. Like Reddit, like post videos, like I don't know. But I've been seeing it here and there. I really didn't think much about it. I really thought it was like a joke. The joke was like, oh yeah, WandaVision is the best. And it like shows this short like frame from the it shows a frame from the Fairly Odd Parents episode where um Timmy goes in to the game console to rescue his friends, and Viku wants to watch the TV, and but she's using a lot too much power, and uh so Wanda and Cosmo go into the TV and make WandaVision, and then people started talking about it recently, how they did that, as a joke. They're like, oh yeah, WandaVision is the best. And then, apparently it got like pretty popular, and then it got like really popular, and then now Disney and Marvel is now like, oh yeah, let's make this a reality, and they're coming out with WandaVision, which I mean, I I haven't really seen something like this happen in a pretty long time. I mean, um, the last thing I can really think about that like happened like this in like a TV program slash gaming thing is when they had, oh boy, I don't even remember what it was. I don't even know what it was called. But there hasn't been something like this in a pretty long time, or at least to my knowledge, where the community got together, or and that a big company or two big companies realized that something is getting like that like the fan base, or just the people that would watch their channels, or watch their program, what I mean, programs, or just their you know watch stuff from their company so much, and then they start talking about this one thing. I haven't seen something like that in a while. Unless, I mean, like in terms of stuff being put on TVs because of fans, or just a high like demand like that in a while, or even with game consoles. I mean, yes, there's the Sega Saturn 2 coming out, but I mean, I haven't really seen something like this in a while, because usually they kind of ignore like people's suggestions, or like that kind of stuff. And I mean, it seems pretty good from what I've seen of the commercials. I mean, it's got that old black and white aesthetic, which I mean was one of the things that they showed on the clip from where Wanda and Cosmo are controlling the TV. um I mean, it seems to be pretty good. I mean, I'm not gonna lie. I mean, I'm probably not going to get it, but who knows? I mean, it all started as sort of a joke, and it's turned out to be something that we're actually going to get now. And usually that kind of stuff doesn't happen. I mean, people will try and, get stuff made and all that by doing petitions and, talking about stuff a lot. And I mean, I'm pretty sure I've talked about a few things that I was in the party of, hey, I want this to happen too. But that didn't make it, like that time that I was talking about Smash, or the backwards compatibility with the Switch with the Wii U should happen with like a disk drive that Nintendo could release that could actually read those, and the Switch could recognize it. Because I mean, if you just plug up a regular um, USB DVD drive, it won't do anything there. Whatever. Maybe USB Blu-ray drive would do something, but I mean, it doesn't do anything if you put it in a regular Blu-ray player. So why would it? I don't know. Um, I mean, that's pretty much it. I'm just honestly surprised that this kind of came out of nowhere. I mean, this all started a few days ago. At least I think so. I mean, unless there's like, I mean, besides the cartoon itself, I mean, I really didn't expect anything to come out of this, but apparently it has, and seems like it's going to be good. But I mean, this all sort of started out as a quick joke on some social media platforms and Reddit. The only reason I know about it is because I've seen some, like, you know Reddit, like, on some Reddit channels they'll show the post where you were just kind of joking about it. And as far as I know, it only started as like a little joke, and then apparently it's gained a following, and now it's really big, apparently. Or big enough for these two companies, Marvel and Disney, to actually make this. Which, I mean, the last thing I mean, really, this is kind of amazing because, you know, I mean, with Nintendo and the other, I mean, Sega is more where they will consider suggestions and all that, but Nintendo is all like, but I mean, how often is it that the actual, like, community that listens to and watches and sends in letters, emails, and all that to these big companies actually gets recognized and done? I mean, it probably happens a lot more than I think it does, but I mean, this is pretty cool that this is actually that we're that the community that people are actually being recognized, and actually being, you know these ideas are actually being considered. But then again, this whole thing that's going on outside of YouTube, that that's been going on for basically 2 years now. You know what I'm talking about. But this isn't the place for it. This is not the place for it. Um, to talk about that. But WandaVision. It's actually really cool that the fan base and the community and just people in general talk about, and just kind of making a joke out of it and making fun of this, kind of a joke, actually got recognized and is being made. I mean, as I said, how often does that actually happen? And you know all that nice stuff. It seems as though that, since these companies are kind of running out of ideas because of this whole thing that's going on and all that, they're actually starting to, take notice of what people are saying and actually doing their ideas. At least the pretty popular ones now. Usually this kind of stuff doesn't happen, as I said. But you can't say much more about it. I mean, there's not much more I know about it. I mean, it's got that 1940s, 50s aesthetic. I mean, even with the music, and oh, and you guys know that I just love the 40s and 30s music and all that. I mean, I've got a 100-year-old Edison player in the corner that I've showed off. Um, and that's it. I don't really know what else to say about it, and I don't know if I can really say much more about it because I don't really know much more about it.